It's always the unattractive man. It's always the unattractive man because he doesn't like himself. If you don't feel good about yourself, then you are not nice to others. And men are the worst at it because they don't even have the self-awareness to realize this. Women who may be struggling with, self-esteem issues, we're aware of it, but we smile at other people, we're kind to other people. We don't project our self-hatred onto other people.
Right, because women are never mean.
Don't even talk to them. And I'm sorry I have to do that. That I have to scan the room, see an unattractive man, and just be a snob. That's why we're snobs to you.
Yeah, we're not going to finish the video. That was more than enough.
Caption reads, I am done giving unattractive men the time of day. They have a lot of healing to do. They are the rudest and always turn out to be the most bad.
Okay, if ugly men are so bad, why haven't things worked out for you with the hot guys?
So, he's ugly, and that's why she feels she doesn't have to waste her time on him, because all unattractive men are bad. Wow. Talk about making self-righteous assumptions about people you want to be seen or be associated with. And she thinks that's the reason why she still hasn't found her Chad. Feminism, if anything, does the majority of women a disservice. Social conditioning is incredibly harmful and potent. Modern women who fall for it will go to any lengths to protect the beliefs they hold dear. The prize for the unhappiest person goes to single, career-oriented women like this one, who will go to any length to blame other people for her non-existent love life. Such women can earn around $100,000 a year, but they're still not content and satisfied with their lives. By the way, this data was taken from a publication dedicated to women. Modern women are free to express their opinions on the intimacy revolution and their freedom to be stigma-free.
Women throughout history have always been shamed and called names. Oh, your skirt's too short. Your skirt's too long. Your hair's too short. Your hair's always something. And mostly it's coming from women because men in society put women against women.
A few moments later.
Okay, so are women incompetent morons that don't deserve to be have equal rights then?
Oh, women should have equal rights.
Exactly. So they're equal members of society, correct?
Correct.
Capable of making their own decisions.
Correct.
So so you're saying the way they behave is influenced by their background and they shouldn't deal with consequences of that.
And life lessons. They should deal with the consequences of their actions. That's how we learn as humans. Not only
Exactly.
women, but men as well.
But for you to say, see how it doesn't make sense how you're saying men are the ones that are responsible for women criticizing each other? That doesn't make sense. Women are adults that can have their own agency. They're responsible for what they do and what they say. You can't have equality and then not, have equality, get all the rights and privileges, then go ahead and say, no, it's not our fault. It's men's fault that we criticize each other.
The paradox of falling female happiness between 1970 and 2005 is an actual phrase that has been used by economists. Women's happiness has substantially decreased. These ladies don't know what they're talking about when they discuss patriarchy and male privilege. Men ain't good for nothing, and women can do it all by themselves, are just a few of the phrases from the woke literature that they used to recite on their early broken recordings. We don't require any men. I am entitled to choose whom I want to sleep with. Men are oppressors, etc. We all know that women choose careers and regret it. Modern women who chose a profession in school over getting married are obnoxious, intolerable, and poor dating candidates since they are so predictable with their phrases. They've been given the myth that they can climb the corporate ladders in their 20s, have a successful profession, have several guys hit on them, and finally settle down in their mid-30s, even though they believe that this helps them have respectable savings and know themselves better. The unadulterated truth is very different. Leftover women live financially irresponsible lives for the most part. Women overspend, live paycheck to paycheck, and have so much emotional baggage that their ability to attach as a couple is permanently lost. They turn to antidepressants and other legal drugs like alcohol and cigarettes when they are in their mid-30s and early 40s, and have trouble finding a man who truly wants them as a mate. However, this does not imply that men pay them no attention. Some males will thirst for any woman out there, no matter what sort they are. Modern women are becoming masculine. She becomes more manly the more marriages and children she has. If I had to sum up how the remaining women think, I'd say ideology triumphs over biology. They ridicule guys, demonize them, and treat them with total disdain. Here are a few additional facts in case they still need them. When women have over 10 intimate partners, their desire to get married to a man is little more than a last-ditch effort. Pair bonding is virtually impossible, and research indicates that she probably contains DNA from several guys. Let me put it this way. Would you want some other guy's DNA in your child? In addition, society, the matrix, and other strong, influential A person will always be shaped by their family's environment. The woman is likely to be more damaged than a conventional woman raised in a healthy home if the social conditioning is coupled with the absence of a good mother figure, or with the presence of a promiscuous and/or toxic mother. It's like going back in time, and I mean the golden times if you ever come across conventional women. Sadly, they are not very common. Even if they don't behave like it or don't have the qualities for it, leftover women and modern women as a whole desire to be treated like traditional ladies. They presumably never understood the meaning of the saying, "You can't have your cake and eat it too." Leftover women are not date-worthy. Overall, leftover women are terrible candidates for relationships. Even honorable ladies are aware of this terrible reality and openly admit that they prefer being correct and domineering to being happy. The remaining women delay having children, like imposing their ideals while spreading the gospel of tolerance and freedom, and feel oppressed simply for being female. They rarely acknowledge the fact that being a woman is far more advantageous than being a man. The internet has made people believe no one should be happy. It's crazy how bad people treat someone who isn't conventionally attractive through no fault of his own. Here we have a traditional woman married to a man who's not your typical Chad, and the entire internet population has gone nuts over the fact that he's not good looking, and that perhaps this couple shouldn't be together, and the woman can do better. Most of the comments this couple has received are from modern women who think the man has to be more than 6 feet, has to have a 9-digit bank account, and must be more than 6 inches down there with a ripped body and boatload of cash. And I guess this is the main reason why traditional women have so much hate for modern women who know they can never be at the same level of femininity that traditional women are. Today, modern women get applauded for being members of the OnlyFans platform, stripping themselves in front of thousands of strangers online, and being attacked for wanting to be stay-at-home wives. Modern women today love seeing themselves as these strong and independent women, but can't stand tradwives and resort to calling them out as if they were being forced to be traditional. It's not like these strong, independent boss babes are happy with their lives. They're miserable. Sure, they make money and have a career, but they lack the one thing that truly creates purpose in life, having a family. The thing about modern women is that these women need you to like them for them, but they will like a guy for what he has. They could never deal with their type of love if they were to swap their reality for men's reality. They would not like it and would demand to have back their shallow existence. Anyone who has a problem with traditional wives should reflect on how much or how little their mother was a part of their life growing up, and then see how that affected them in their current state. Was it a good outcome or a bad outcome to have more or less guidance and love? What did their lives and thoughts develop into? It's the same argument for dads in the home. Having good, strong, traditional, well-rounded, attentive, and loving parents is the key to the first step of leading a successful life. I hope I can be at least half the parent mine have been for me growing up. Thankfully, I took notes, but the optimism pool for society is something else. It's always amazing to watch people think other people's decisions and choices have anything to do with them. There's always this element that if you choose something different for yourself that another person doesn't choose, that other person acts like you're judging them. Tradwives, or any traditional style of marriage, is based on mutual love and respect for each other. It's helpful to know what your traditional roles are, but that doesn't mean that you can never break those roles once in a while. What we seem to have lost here is the respect portion. Respect for oneself and others. Critics of traditional roles for women never seem to take into account how it affects men. They bear the burden of financially supporting a family and providing for them. Housing, food, education, taxes, transportation, not to mention house repairs and maintenance of the property. If anyone is a slave in this arrangement, it's the man. But most couples in such a relationship seem to be happy. Women who don't want to be wives will also wonder why they aren't married yet. They are unhappy with their own life choices and are outraged when anyone else finds a dose of happiness. Women who lie to themselves and everyone else will stay alone and try to make everyone else as miserable as they are unless they can change the trend of their lives by the realization that they might be wrong. Women can choose to be less stressed and focus on being a housewife who is involved in building the next generation, or can be creative on how to build the home, or she has to hit their targets at work and work for the rest of their life till she dies. It's what men are doing. Why take away that decision and shame them? It all comes down to their inability to ever be happy, content, satisfied, or grateful. Take one to a restaurant. They can't make simple food choices off a menu, let alone major life choices like deciding to be a traditional mom or career woman. No matter what they order at the restaurant, they like what you have better. So, of course, they see that women who choose differently. They are truly insufferable creatures. The feminist disdain comes from the thought of inevitably having to compete with these women and the value they bring to a relationship or marriage if the traditional wife trend catches on. I've concluded that this whole traditional wife controversy is only an American problem, so basically, it's a cultural issue, because I don't see people of other cultures arguing that being a traditional wife is bad. It's still a normal thing that the rest of us don't even need to think about. Working their way up the corporate ladder until their 40s, modern women did everything they could to capture and possess the essence of power they believed would make them happy. However, they only realized much too late that they had a natural need to nurture families, settle down, have loving relationships with men, and become good mothers. And now that they've been inundated with feminist doctrine, they can't even confess that they should have taken the conventional route and lived per their feminine nature. Maybe in the coming generations, women will start to prefer playing the traditional gender role and discover how content they can be. All we can do is wait and see. Thanks for watching Man Reacts. Show us your love and support by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. Support us and help us spread support for men around the world. Do comment and share your thoughts. We're always up for a healthy debate and discussion.